Harvest timing, that's one of the toughest questions every year to figure out. Hello folks, Bruce Battles here, and we're in another one of our corn research trials in central Iowa today. And we're going to talk more about harvest timing, as well as understanding what some of the consequences of waiting too long, and are there any advantages to waiting. So with that, let's jump right into it and have a little bit more discussion on the topic. So how do we find the sweet spot, the perfect day to begin harvest so that we're done in time on the backside, that we're not having really significant yield losses or standability issues? Well, there's really three main factors that come into play when you're looking at understanding harvest moisture. So from a harvest moisture perspective, we're thinking about temperature, we're thinking about relative humidity, and we're also considering the third factor is wind. So here today in this late September, we've had pretty good winds and we've had pretty high temperatures, and we're seeing really rapid dry down times because the crop matured a little bit earlier than normal and it's taken advantage of that temperature, versus a later maturing crop planted later or a fuller season hybrid hasn't reached black layer and it hasn't gone into the dry down period, so it's not going to take advantage of that September dry down, and we're going to probably be in a situation where we're dealing with October or November dry down window on those type of scenarios. So in September in general, we can see easily on these warm days with low relative humidity, high winds, we can drop a point of moisture a day on those scenarios. As we get more into October, getting a half a point of moisture a day is probably a good scenario in most cases as a rule of thumb. And as we move into November, temperatures are cooling down a little bit more. A quarter to half a percent of moisture loss per day is probably pretty good, and sometimes lower than that depending on the year we're in. Take all those three factors together, temperature, humidity, relative humidity, and wind, and you've got a pretty good equation for understanding the dry down curve on a hybrid and predicting how far out before you reach a certain moisture content. So often people will ask the question, am I losing yield potential by letting my corn stay in the field longer period of time throughout harvest and delay my harvest later in the season? Obviously harvest losses are a part of that, and the drier grain gets or the longer corn stands in the field, you're at higher risk for harvest losses, down corn, and even shelling losses as grain begins to dry. But when you think about hybrids, once they've reached black layer, does the kernel actually lose biomass after black layer or physical maturity? This question has been asked by quite a few people over the time. And actually, in the early 90s, drove a lot of questions, and one university, Purdue in particular, initiated some trials looking closer at harvest losses, more specifically looking at what they referred to as phantom yield loss. So phantom yield loss is the loss of biomass in the kernel, not the loss of weight due to moisture, the loss of physical carbon and starch and biomass in a kernel declining through time. So thinking about, typically in physiology world, you think of black layer, there's nothing else entering that kernel, so weight can't be gained, but typically it's never thought of as being lost. So that's one of the things we're going to look closer at, and we're standing today in front of a trial to look closer at this exact scenario. We've got a trial with 4 hybrids, 110 to 112 day maturity, that we've planted 4 replications of, and we've got it set up in a way that we can harvest 5 different timings. So we'll be harvesting once every week for a 5-week period. We're standing in front of our first harvest date, and grain's almost right at black layer right now, and so our moisture, since we're a black layer or a little past black layer with some of the earlier 110 day hybrids, we're ranging from 28 to 30% moisture on these hybrids. We'll come back each week after today and harvest sequentially the same samples and look at the yield, but also we'll be able to look at from a grain sample that we'll collect in these fields and look at any potential biomass loss. So not the moisture, but taking moisture out of the equation, is the kernels getting lighter as we go over that 5-week period. The data will really help us look at 2 things. Does phantom yield loss exist? But also it'll help us better understand, what's the risk of field drying corn versus harvesting early in that 25 to 20% window, like more of us want to try to shoot for in most ideal situations. So really, to recap today, we know harvest losses exist. We know the longer we wait and the drier grain gets, we're at more risk of actual yield losses, even though we may have drier grain. We know also harvesting too early or excessively early, we're going to have wetter grain. We need drying capacity, and we're going to have higher costs associated with drying and storing grain from that. So finding the sweet spot is going to be critical. Going for that starting at 25%, going down to 20% window usually ends up being our best situation for minimizing harvest losses, maximizing yield, and in those scenarios. So keep that in mind as you're planning those fields. Secondly, as kind of we talked about today, phantom yield loss, it's been widely discussed for a long period of time. We're probably never going to have a definitive answer. It's probably going to be debated for years and years to come. But the majority of data that we look at and the majority of trials we've done and are continuing to do, as we saw today, point back that if there is phantom yield loss, it's very, very insignificant and shouldn't be a factor in your management practices. Keep the harvest losses more in the front of your mind and how to minimize those harvest loss risks that go with that and get through your harvest in a timely manner. Having a great harvest plan, staging out your fields based on planting date is extremely important, and spot checking fields to understand their moisture, double checking plant health, plant disease, and any nutrient losses, things that can drive to poor standability later in the season, is absolutely critical going forward. We'll have data from this trial coming back later in the year. Please tune in for that and recap. But if you like this video and you want to see more of them, please like, share, and subscribe at the bottom of the page, and tune in and following videos that we have on many other topics we're doing. Again, Bruce Battles, have a good day and have a safe harvest.